Times are good, stock up now. That is the theme of today's video, especially on certain items. And you've always heard the old adage, buy low, sell high. This is a great example of taking emotion out of investing, acquiring assets when the prices decrease, and potentially liquidating assets when the prices increase. So we're going to be rolling that philosophy over into the preparedness community, as well as this particular industry, and discussing a lot of opportunities that I see right now and potential pitfalls of acquiring certain assets at this time, depending on the categories we're talking about. Again, it's a wide variety of topics, including these guys, potentially precious metals and just standard currency in general, whether you should be saving, what accounts you should put it in, preparedness items in general, and just an overall perspective, especially when it comes to this community. One thing I want to mention, this is definitely not financial advice. I have no training in any of this area. It's just things that I'm personally doing, trends I've seen in this particular industry over the years, and ways you can save some money. But again, don't take my word for it. Do your own research and talk to a financial advisor if you're seriously considering moving any money around or considering different savings accounts. One of the main things I want to focus on today is this particular industry and some great opportunities, including things like very affordable blasters. Now, there is going to be a time in the near future that I personally believe things are going to get a little bit tumultuous when it comes to the pricing structure of blasters. I think what we're going to be seeing is a little bit uneasiness about certain legalities surrounding something like that, or maybe access to certain types of them, which always drive prices up, especially coming up in November of 2024. No matter what your take is on the current environment, every time I've seen this happen for the past 12 years I've been into stuff like this, I've seen prices increase, especially right around the time of November. Every 4 years, you're going to see these prices increase. Also, it only takes certain events to happen right around that same time to make prices dramatically increase. And there's a great opportunity right now to grab a lot of items for very affordable prices. For instance, the PSA Dagger is an incredible value right now if you were interested in a general purpose blaster. They have a lot of compatibility and interchangeability with other components and blasters on the market. They come in at an affordable price point of sub 300. And if you want more details, I've got full reviews on the channel, but this is some of the best high value and budget options I've seen in a very long time. You can also consider something like this if you're really new into it and you want to get something incredibly affordable, reasonably accurate, potentially a varmint getter, or just a nice blaster in general that's takes very cheap ammo. This is a good opportunity to get something like this. And right here, one of these Heritage Rough Riders generally come in right at about $99. A lot of this information can also be found on my campsite page, and the campsite page will be in the description below. Now, again, a lot of times stuff like this will dry up, but when it comes to something like a single action cowboy blaster, it's probably not going to dry up as fast as something like the Dagger or something that's a little bit more controversial. So this is something maybe you could wait a little bit on if you were trying to get your ducks in a row, and this will hold its pricing structure a little bit longer, again, since it's not controversial. But something I have seen, though, dry up in the past is 22. This stuff disappears incredibly quick, but right now it's some of the cheapest I've seen since about 2017, 2018. The prices really went up on this stuff. It disappeared off the shelves, and now it's back in stock. There's also a lot of companies that I personally use that, again, you can find the info on the campsite page, like Target Sports USA and their Ammo Plus membership service that allows you to save a ton of money, 8% off and free shipping on orders when you sign up for that membership service. So you can grab something like this for about $17 a box right now with free shipping, meaning you can get this for some of the cheapest prices I've seen it and free shipping. Now would be a good time to stock up on something like this. Maybe the prices will go down a little bit in the future depending on what happens in the next year, but I wouldn't bank on it. Having a few thousand of these lying around would actually go pretty fast if you were using them on a regular basis, but a few thousand could last you a while if you were using them for varmint getting or just plinking occasionally or some type of survival application. This is a great opportunity. In comes a more modern version of a 22 like the Kel-Tec P17, and this is an amazing platform that's incredibly lightweight, half by 28 threaded from the factory. It's very ergonomic, incredibly reliable, and modular for right at about $2 I feature this a lot on the channel and have full reviews, but this is some of the cheapest prices I've seen them in a very long time, and it just perfectly coincides with the fact that 22 is becoming more readily available and affordable. This would be the perfect pair to grab and stock up if you only wanted to have one survival blaster. I think this is a good preparedness item to get. Now, I know generally this channel doesn't talk about a lot of preparedness and things like that, but I do like to bring it up from time to time. And I also have a second YouTube channel called 704 Gear where we discuss these topics a little bit more in depth about camping, EDC related items, knives, lights, and things like that. And I'm going to be continuing this topic over there, and I've already done a lot of great videos on EDC items that you wouldn't grab to help you with preparedness in every aspect. Now, as things get more interesting and times get a little bit more difficult, having access to clean drinking water is key, and the LifeStraw personal water filter brand has a lot of different applications for the LifeStraw, including water bottles and new versions. Now, I generally don't recommend to pay full price for these, and they're full price right now, so I'm actually actively telling you not to purchase this because just 2 weeks ago, these were selling for $10 a piece with free shipping, and I was featuring them on my channel. This is where I want to call you guys to action to subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell, also follow me on my Instagram page and my Patreon page because I'm posting daily deals on not just these guys, but also things for survival, preparedness, and even potentially camping and backpacking items when they go on sale. So I'm telling you not to buy this right now. Wait, because I'm hoping they're going to go back on sale and I'll send you a notification. And if you think you must have one immediately, they're not the most expensive I've been, grab one. But if you wanted to stock up and start throwing them everywhere, they have been cheaper. They will be cheaper again. They go through cycles of ebbs and flows. I believe it's the manufacturing process. So definitely subscribe to my channel and wait for that. There's also a lot of things I feature on the channel, including lights and knives that will occasionally pop up for very affordable deals, including knives with G10 handles and D2 steel, which make great pocket knives at affordable prices. Long gone are the days where you need to spend $100 on a pocket knife to get a good one. You can easily get one for $30, and I would recommend going over to my gear channel to sort through and pick out some of your favorites. I also have something really cool coming up in the future, so you won't want to miss that, and it's going to be a branded 704 tactical item. That's the first time I've ever discussed it. I'm not going to talk about it much more until it gets a little bit closer, but definitely you won't want to miss that, so make sure you're subscribed. Now I want to move on to the financial side of things. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, and I really don't have any personal advice to give you, but I do have a little bit of stuff that I want to share about what I'm doing. I actually stopped buying gold and silver right now because prices are incredibly high. I acquired most of my silver, including the sterling silver flatware that I melted down into these pirate rounds for fun, at about $12 to $13 an ounce. And a lot of the sterling silver flatware I grabbed at the time, since it was 925 silver, I was actually spending even less than spot. Not because it was like 925, I was spending 925 less than spot. I was actually spending below spot because people were dumping it. So I was getting this for about $10 an ounce of pure silver. So I bought all of the silver I needed during those times, and I would make it a weekly thing every time I got paid to go out and buy 5, 10, 20, 100 ounces of silver so I could store it up. Now that prices are high, I'm done. I'm holding on. I haven't bought silver in 2 or 3 years, and when I do, it's only those must-have deals. So the idea would be to start keeping up with some of these markets and industry trends over time, and I try to do different analysis videos on the channel to help you guys with that. There's also channels like Graham Bates that goes through and helps you with a ton of other just deals and availability of different things in the market. So it's a great thing to check those guys out. And I'll try to link some of my favorites in the description below. There's also a few other physical assets that I am acquiring when the prices are down. And I think, though, right now we're about to see a flux where prices are going to start dropping on physical assets, just because I think savings rates are very low when you start looking at saving statistics. You see interest rates are incredibly high. You also see people leveraging debt that they've never leveraged before. They're taking out more loans and credit than they ever have before. So when you look at some of the consumer credit reports, it's a little bit scary. I think we're going to run into something in the near future where a lot of assets are going to go down in price, but not the ones that we're talking about today, just general purpose assets, and that may be a time to grab those there. So my biggest advice to you is I don't think any post-apocalyptic scenario is around the corner. I mean, if it is, you prepare for it accordingly. You know, water, food, precious metals, blasters. But I think preparing for your financial future is also good, and I wouldn't be leveraging a ton of debt to acquire these things. I would be playing it smart, take my emotions out of it, buy low, and potentially sell high. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it gives you some perspectives on a lot of different things right now. And for this particular video, I will be updating my campsite page and my Patreon page, as well as my Instagram stories with some of the best deals and opportunities that I've talked about today. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.